Joining us now for more on the Trump rally and more than that is Republican Senate candidate for Arizona, Kari Lake. Kari, always great to have you with us on American Agenda. We've been talking about that rally at MSG yesterday. Lots of positivity and very unexpected for such a blue city and a blue state like New York City. What have you been hearing from the inside?
Oh, I had so many people who were there texting me, and they said it's just electric inside, and we were watching a bit of it yesterday. Of course, I'm busy on the campaign trail here in Arizona, but I'm not surprised at all. I've been to New York several times in the past few months, actually, and the city is in disarray. Crime is up. You don't feel safe walking on the streets. There's lines of people there illegally. They're staying in four-star hotels, and the people are struggling economically in New York, and it's just a real mess. And everywhere we went, whether it was an Uber driver or a taxi driver, they would say, oh, they would figure out who I was, and they would say, oh my gosh, we miss Trump so bad. We got to get Trump in office. We have to turn this around. So I think New York is much more MAGA than anyone would believe. And actually, that was proven yesterday.
I think it was. And Kari, I'm just noticing this final stretch here, this final week, and it really began the last couple days, but was hammered home last night at MSG. The closing message: are you better than you were 4 years ago? And a lot of people think not. And Kamala Harris's closing message is Donald Trump's a bad guy. Republicans are dangerous. The people that go to MSG for a Trump rally are neo-Nazis. Two very stark differences in what we're hearing.
I'm feeling the same thing here in Arizona with my radical opponent. You know, he's called Trump voters the worst people in the world. Can you imagine? And now he wants to represent the people of this state, and he's called more than half of us the worst people in the world. He's called them dumb, all these different names. You know, they don't have a plan, because if they did, in the case of Kamala Harris, that plan would have been rolled out 4 years ago. But instead, what happened 4 years ago is when they got into office 3.5 years ago, they rolled out the opposite. They rolled out the beginning of the destruction of America. They opened up the border. They coddled the cartels, empowered the cartels, left Americans dealing with people pouring across illegally, fentanyl pouring into our communities, killing our young people. They helped destroy the housing market, and the mortgage rate shot up to now about 8%. It's impossible for a young person to get ahead, get a down payment, and buy a house right now. Instead of living the American dream, our young people are wondering if they're going to have to live in a small apartment with 2 or 3 or 4 roommates for the rest of their life. So we have the plans. We are going to put America first. We're going to secure the border, bring back that strong Trump economy, energy independence, a great quality education for our kids so they're ready to tackle the jobs that are out there when they get out of school. And we're going to bring peace and prosperity, not war and poverty. I'm looking forward to President Trump getting in office and joining him in Washington, D.C. in the U.S. Senate, and making sure that we accomplish all of those things and more for the good people of this country.
Kari, Elon Musk very much shares what you just shared as well. He spoke of an American future under Donald Trump and what that would look like.
We're going to get the government off your back and out of your pocketbook. America's just not just going to be great. America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing.
He's pretty psyched up there. I think he had his
same way.
Seriously, and he had his dark MAGA Gothic hat on. He's setting trends there. Kari, I know you just said you feel the same way. But also, how important is it, or is it important that Elon Musk is out there stumping for Trump in such a vocal and visual way?
It's absolutely huge. I mean, he is the great inventor of our time, the great visionary of our time. And for him, think about it, he's almost seen the future because he's been able to bring us such great inventions that have brought us into the future. For him to say the future is not good if we don't get President Trump and MAGA Republicans in office. So we got to make this happen. We're at a crossroads of, as Ronald Reagan said, 1,000 years of darkness if we continue along this destructive path that the Democrats have put us on, or the greatest years in our history. I really believe that. I believe the future is incredibly bright, out of this world